Good evening, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to each and every one of you. We're really happy that today we have with us Ma Chinmayi, who has agreed to talk to us. She has sung for us earlier. She has spoken earlier. So a very, very warm welcome to you too, Ma Chinmayi. I request each and every one of you to kindly keep your audio on mute because it's being recorded, the session. At the end of the session, when it's over, then you may unmute yourself and ask any questions. But till such time, I would like your audios to be on mute. Thank you. We begin with the school prayer by Deepti. Over to you, Deepti.
O hidden life, vibrant in every atom. O hidden light, shining in every creature. O hidden love, embracing all in oneness. May each who feels himself as one with thee feel he is one with every other.
Thank you, Deepti. We now request you to kindly introduce our speaker for the day.
Our speaker for the day is Ma Chinmayi. Ma Chinmayi is a law graduate from Mumbai University, a postgraduate in classical music with a very divine voice, and has won many accolades for her music. She is a founder president of Arise Vedic Sangeeta Academy, where training is imparted to students in the classical arts since the last 25 years. She's a life skills trainer, mother, mentor, and speaker who's conducted many workshops for the youth, such as Discover the Dynamic You and Creative Adolescence Masters Program. She has a vision of promoting world peace through the powerful medium of the fine arts. She believes in that life is a continual learning experience, and every moment in life is to be cherished to the fullest by connecting with the child in your own heart. Love yourself, and only then can you love another. We are happy to welcome once again Ma Chinmayi.
Thank you so much, Deepti. And now it's over to Ma Chinmayi.
Right. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's always been a pleasure to be with Mama Neze and the Ancients, the School of Ancient Wisdom. Each time I've stepped into the ashram, it has in itself been a very divine experience. And I have to thank Sajani for introducing me and continually motivating me in this regard. Well, today's topic is to discover the music which is there within us. And this music which is there within us, before I go into that, we will start with a little bit of just being with the music for a while. I will just sing a little bit, and you just have to listen quietly, sit straight, and just be with that. Prathamamani Omkar Devanmani Mahadev Jnanamani Gorakh Nalinamani Ganga Prathamamani Omkar Omkara गीत के संगीत मणि संगीत के सुरमणि ताल मणि मृदंग नृत्यमणि रंबा रंभा प्रथममणि ओंकार 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 every time we recite, I'm sure all of us would have experienced this. When we ever sit with the Omkara, there is an innate feeling of joy within us. And before I go ahead, I think let's make it an experiential feeling. So I'm going to recite the Omkara, the chant the Omkara, and first one I will say, after that we will say together 11 times the Omkara. Ready? Yes. So I start with the first Omkara. After that, you can follow with that Omkara. Then we will say it another 10 times. All right? Gently open your eyes. The moment the silence came in, there was a feeling of peace within us and around us. Suddenly the world becomes different. For a moment, again, we get lost in the sounds of the universe. Now, the sounds of the universe is something which starts from silence and goes back to silence. What happens? Everybody who takes birth in this universe, the moment we are born, we come from a silent zone and we make the sound of the crying that you see of a baby. And over a period of time, this crying becomes noise, shouting, screaming. And in the middle of that, there is singing also. And then again, finally, you go back to that deep silence. From silence unto sound and back to silence is the meaning of life, or is the journey of life, or the Sajani of life, I should say. Now, when we are in this journey, seldom do we realize that we are making so much noise. Some of the noise is unbearable to be heard, and some of the noise that we make, if it is converted into music, becomes pleasant to the ear, isn't it? Now, in this case, what happens is straight away, when we speak about sound, let's start from there. When I'm speaking about sound, I say that sound can be divided into three parts, three types. Or one is noise or shabda, okay? The second one is explosion or spota. They say, no, spota, they say. So that is an explosion, like you have a dynamo or volcanic eruption, things like that. The third type of sound is what you call Naada. And today we are concerned with Naada, the topic being the Naada connect. Now, Each sound, as you may see, has different connotations to it, like we just saw. But when you come to Naada, there are different types of Naada, two types. One is Ahata Naada and the other one is Anahata Naada. Now, when you say Anahata Naada, you talk about the natural sounds that we hear. Natural sounds which are pleasant to the ear. Nada is musical sound which is pleasant to the ear. So there are two types of Nada, Ahata Nada, Anahata Nada. Ahata Nada is man-made sounds. Actually, Sajani, I would like it very much if we can, if anybody wants to answer, they can unmute themselves and answer. So it'll be more of a interactive session. Is that okay?
Okay, but preferably if not, they could write on the chat.
Yeah, on the chat. Yes,
Okay.
That's also fine. Yes, that's
so
also fine.
let them write on the chat if there's anything.
And Sajani, I would like you to help me read out the chat.
Okay, that the person who is Swati will help you.
Yeah, Swati can help me. Yes, Swati, can you help me with that? Reading the chat.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you, dear. Now, so when you say about Ahata Nada, you talk about man-made sound. So what are these man-made sound that you can think about? Man-made music. Can anybody answer me? Put on the chat box, whatever you want to say.
Either unmute and tell her or put it in the chat box.
Yes. What is man-made music that you can hear around?
So Channa Ishita says it's singing.
Singing, very good, very good.
And
What
footsteps.
else?
Priya says footsteps.
Yes, okay. If it is done in a rhythm, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ramesh sir says it's humming.
Humming, yes. What else? Very good, wonderful. What else can it be? It could also be
Anandita says that it is shouting.
Shouting does not come under music. Nada, it won't come. It will come under noise or shabda.
Pragati Santosh says it is breaking something.
Breaking something is also noise. It is not nada.
And Ramesh sir says it's rhythmic beats.
Very good. Rhythmic beats like the tabla, the mridanga, or just clapping with your hands in a particular rhythm.
Kavya Gamati says clapping.
Yes, clapping. Very good.
And Chennai says whistling.
Wonderful. So what happens is there are different types of Ahata Nada, and most of these are also instrumental music. When you hear the veena, or you talk about the violin, or you talk about any musical instrument, say sitar, tabla, mridanga, the saxophone, everything is man-made, no? Everything is man-made. All these instruments also come under Ahata Nada. Now we go to the other side of the coin and let's talk about Anahata Nada. When I say Anahata Nada, I'm talking about the natural musical sounds that you hear. What are they? Can somebody tell me? What are the natural sounds that sound very musical to you?
Pragati says it's birds.
Birds, yes. The sound of the birds, yes.
Gita Naresh says it's rains. And Ramesh says
yes.
It's insects.
Insects, yes. Very good. Cricket sound is so beautiful to hear. Yes.
Priya says waterfalls.
Wonderful. Waterfalls. Yes. Great. Wonderful. I have such a lovely set of people here.
Trees, waves, heartbeat,
yes,
sounds, and trees swaying.
Wow. Wonderful. Yes. All of these are natural sounds and does not disturb the natural atmosphere anywhere. It will never disturb our minds. Even if you're doing something very important and you want your full focus there and a cuckoo bird is screaming outside, it will not disturb you. You will listen to that cuckoo bird and say, oh, so sweet. What a lovely sound it's making. Okay. But then you will never find it disturbing. So in nature, you have different types of nada. Of the two types of nada that you have, Ahata Nada and Anahata Nada. Anahata Nada is the nada which blends naturally into the atmosphere and becomes one, creating peace and harmony always. The Ahata Naada also successfully, because of the human intellect, has succeeded in creating that peace and harmony through the music that man creates. Now, all these different types of music, now we have to go and understand. I would like to give a small idea on how music came into this world. The first nada was what we all just chanted. That was the Omkara or the Pranava Nada, as it is called. That's why Ganesha is called the Pranava Devata. Okay. Now, in Hindu mythology, it is considered as Omkara or the Pranava Nada. By nature, Pranava Nada has got no religion or anything. It is a forming of A, U, and A. Now, this whole world, if you go to see, is always consisting of creation, maintenance, and destruction. Somewhere down the line, everything gets created and it's maintained for some time, and then it gets destroyed. In Hindu mythology, you can say Brahmatva, Vishnutva, and Shivatva. When all these three forces come together, that is when the whole thing is complete. So when we say the Omkara, we find in ourselves a vibration being created because it consists of the whole. It consists of A, the Akara, which is creation, the Ukara, which is the maintenance, and which is destruction. If you see our body also, there are three lobes. You have the upper lobe from the chest upwards, and then you have the lower lobe from the navel downwards, and the middle lobe between in the center. If you go to see the organs that are governed here, you have in the lower lobes all the excretory organs, yeah, and you also have the reproductive organs in the lower lobe, where creation happens, isn't it? Then you have the middle lobe, where you have the circulatory organs, the digestive organs, everything which keeps the maintenance on. And then you have the upper lobe, which is the Amakar, or that is the lobe where destruction happens. All thoughts come and go, they get destroyed every second. Today, what you're thinking, you're not there tomorrow. Everything goes and comes back again. So these three things, when it comes as a whole, it becomes the Omkara. So when you recite the Omkara, today you've discovered one little thing. When we recite or chant the Omkara, we are directly connected with the completeness within us. We are directly connected with that inner divinity, the whole, the whole Sat, which is there within us. And that is why we feel so peaceful and totally in harmony. This is one thing. Second thing is, there's a very interesting story. It's not a story. It is it's a thing taken out from the Vedas. Now, when Shiva and Parvati, they were sitting at one time, and then suddenly Parvati was very disturbed with the people fighting and shouting and always becoming disturbed with everything and going far away from the Lord and the happiness that is there in this world. So she brings it out to Shiva and she says, "Oh Lord, why is there so much of thing? What do we do?" So he says, "No, I have just created music so that I can create peace and harmony in this world. That is going to be the easiest way in which man can become peaceful within a few minutes." I'm sure we all have that experience. When we listen to some good music, whatever turbulent thoughts are going on in our mind, it just is forgotten for a while, and you just be peaceful with that nada, isn't it? Now, I will tell you this thing, what he did. So he said, see, 5 faces of Nataraja. All of you are aware of Nataraja? Nataraja is the form of Shiva, who has 5 faces. I would like all of you to, after the session, look at the faces of Nataraja. That will be a homework for you. Anyway, so the first face that is there of the Lord Shiva, he said that is called the Sadyojata. Now the Sadyojata is the first phase, and from that first phase of Nataraja was created the earth. He said, I'm forming the 5 elements, and these 5 elements, from these 5 elements, I am going to form the 5 swaras, the 7 swaras. And from there also the different musical instruments. So what he did first was, he formulated from the first phase, Sadyojata, he brought out earth, the earth element. And from that earth element, he brought out the swara Gandhara. Sari Ga. Okay. So when we say the swara Ga, we directly, immediately connect with the earth element within us. You can try this experiment a little later, but for now, I'm just making it as for an understanding. So then he also said, since earth is connected with charma or skin, all the charma vadyas that you're having, all the instruments made out of leather will come under that. Can somebody say which are the instruments which are there and with leather, made out of leather? Anybody? Leather and wood.
That what do you call Mridangam this in Tamil? Mridangam.
Mridangam and tabla.
Mridangam, tabla, yes. All those are called very
Ganjira.
good. Yes, yes, very good. So these are all the charma vadyas. This was created by the first phase of Shiva, Nataraja, and that is the Sadyojata. Then the second phase is called the Vamana. And the Vamana phase, he created water. And underwater, from the water phase, he created the swaras, created the swara Da. Okay, he created Da. And also the conch instruments. The instrument, we blow the conch, isn't it? The shankh. All those vadyas he created from that phase called Vamana. From the second phase, the swara Da was created. Now that is Sare Gama Pada Pada Da Nisa Sani Da Da. Okay. So from that from that phase was created. Then the third one is he created the third phase was Aghora. And from the phase Aghora was the swaras, was the element of fire. And from the element of fire, he created the swaras Sa and Ri. Sa, Ri, Sa, Ri, Ri, Sa. These swaras were created from the phase of Aghora. And also the instruments which were created were the metal instruments that we see today. Now tell me, what are the metal instruments? Metal instruments. You have the cymbals, you have the natvanga. All these are
Natvangam,
metal.
Veena.
Yes, yes. Veena comes under string instruments. It's not under metal. Basically, metal instruments will be your cymbals, natvanga, and things like that. Okay. Then you have, yes. And then after that comes the Tat Purusha. The fourth phase of Shiva was the Tat Purusha. And from that, he created wind. And the element wind, under that, he created the swara Pa. Sa, Pa, Pa. Okay. The Panchama swara was created from that phase. And the instruments which was created from that phase, can anybody tell me what instrument would have been created from wind?
Flute.
Very good. The flute, the saxophone, all the wind instruments that you can think about, the flute. And you can also say,
Trumpet.
yes, all of that, all those kind of clarinet, trumpet, saxophone, all of that. Okay. And the final last phase of Shiva was Ishana. And from the Ishana phase came the Swara. What are the Swaras left? Can anybody tell me? What is the element left first now? We finished with earth. We finished with water. We finished with air, fire. And then you finished with wind. And then
Fire.
fire is over. Which one? Quickly. Space.
Ether.
Yeah, ether or space. Now, from the space instrument, it's a space, the swara ni and ma was created. That is why whenever you sing the swara ma and ni, you'll feel a silence. I'll just sing for you. Sa ni ni da pa da ni ni ma Magare sa ma ni ma gare sa. So when you hear these, each swara, as you can understand, has got its own connotation. And from the last phase, the last bit is left, and the instruments which were made out of this particular phase was what? For the instrument that was made out of this particular phase was the string instruments. So the veena, like you said, the veena, the sitar, and all of that comes under the classification of string instruments. This comes under the last. So these 5 phases of Nataraja was created. And when these 5 phases, the whole thing was given to the sages Tumburu and Narada to take it forth to the world. So both these sages, along with the Saptarishis, brought music into this world. Why? To bring peace and harmony in this world and to be able to connect with their divinity, which is there within them. This is the reason why each time when we sing, we are happy. It does not matter whether you're singing in the bathroom, whether you're singing with the Shruti box. It does not really matter how and where and why and when you sing. But within you, there is an innate happiness that is felt. For those few minutes, when you're singing along with Lata Mangeshkar on the radio, any song, there's such joy which comes within you, even without your knowledge. This is only because at that time you are connecting with the divinity within you. Now, our sages are there, and when all our sages are there, they came out. This is one aspect of music. And the other aspect of Naada or musical sounds comes from the Bijaksharas that has been understood. Now, all of us know the spiritual connect within us. Many of us, most of us know that we have the 7 chakras, and the 7 chakras are there from the bottom, from our Mooladhara, that is the base, at the anus, the base, and then you have next the Swadhisthana chakra, which is a few inches below the navel, and then you have the Manipuraka chakra, which is the Manipuraka chakra, which is above the navel, okay, the center of your core, and then you have the Anahata near the heart, you have the Vishuddhi at the base of your throat. And then you have the Agnya chakra between the meeting of the eyebrows right behind that. We all know this. Most of us do. If you need any clarification on that, we can do it at the end of the class. After this, there is the Sahasrara on the top of the crown chakra. So these 7 chakras are the governing energy bodies within us, the energy centers. And for your information, I'm sure most of us know, we have 72,000 energy centers in this body, starting right from the fingertips, right up to the fingertips, at the toes, okay, plus to your head. The entire body is connected and wired with these energy centers, which is more than almost 72,000. Of these, the core or the leaders or the main fellows are these 7 chakras. And the sages have it that there are bijaksharas for each of these chakras. Today, just a little experience for a few minutes. I would like to take you down this to understand a little more about this, the effect of sound on your body. All right, it's a different experience. So I will say the bijakshara, and then I would like you to focus at a particular place. And then just be with that feeling for a few seconds before I name the next energy center, the next bijakshara, and so on. All you have to do is be with the bijakshara. You can mute yourself, just all of you mute yourself, and you can loudly say the bijakshara within you, right? So I would request Shwati to mute everybody else except me, of course.
Okay.
And so that there is no disturbance, so that everybody can enjoy the experience of feeling and discovering the musical sound within you. All right.
And can we
So
close our eyes is the question.
Yes, you can sit straight, close your eyes, and keep your back erect wherever you're sitting, and gently be with the experience. Don't bother about what else is happening in this world. First, for the time I tell you, then I tell you to open your eyes, and then you can come back to this again, back to where we are. We are starting from, right? So we will start now. So all of you sit straight, close your eyes, keep your back erect. Take 2-3 deep breaths. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply out. Gently, slowly, making yourself completely comfortable. Now slowly bring your attention to the base of the spinal cord. That is at the place of your anus. The base of the spinal cord where the Muladhara chakra is situated. Be with this experience or the vibration that you're feeling right now at the base of your spine. And take your attention a little upwards, a few inches above, near the base of your navel, and become aware of the Swadhisthana chakra, another energy center. Da. Dha. Sa. Be with this experience of the water element in us. And bring your attention a few inches above at the center of your spinal cord, at the core. Rang. 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 Sari. Sari. Re. Sa. The center of fire, the Manipuraka chakra, where the Jataragni is there, the core for all digestion. Slowly bring your attention to your Anahata chakra, the center of your heart, the center of the wind, the Matritva element. The seat for love and compassion. A little further up at the base of your throat, where the vocal cords are, where the sound emanates from. At that place, the Vishuddhi chakra. Hum. Dani. Ni. 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 Sa. Sound of space, the silence of the space, the vibrations of the space element. And then finally, the Anahata, the Agnya Chakra, where the Omkara in its completeness, the center of all controls, center of destruction, center of communication, effective reception and complete oneness. Om. And finally, the Sahasrara, the 1,000-petaled lotus at the crown of your head. Sarigama Padha Nisa Sanidhapa Magare Sa. And the silence between all the sound, the silence amidst this entire sound, this world of Naada, the world of noise, the world of exclusions, the world of confusion, the world of Maya. As you transcend to the Sahasrara, the crown chakra at the top of your head, you can feel the Shivatva, the silence from which we are coming in. You can feel the completeness, the peace and the harmony that exists within us, with the music within us, with the sounds within us, with the Naada within us. Let's be with this Omkara for a while. The Omkara, which I will say 3 times, and then you can feel the Omkara in the silence that ensues after. Om. 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 Feel the silence within and around you. And be with this beautiful silence for a while. the experience of nothingness. Just the Pranavanada, the Omkara within you. Within just a short while, you're ready to come out of this brilliant state of total peace that you are feeling at this moment. Look at yourself sitting in this position, happy, healthy, and completely peaceful. And pray that these moments stay with you forever, forever. Pray that this Naada stays with you forever. Look at all your friends and relatives, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, your daughter, grandson, granddaughter, grandfather, grandmother, and all the people around you. And pray that their lives are as peaceful as yours is right now. And look at the whole world like a huge Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Happy, healthy, dancing, singing, enjoy, connecting with their Naada. Totally in peace and harmony, caring and sharing for one another. In total bliss. And pray that these moments come true very soon. Once again now, look at yourself, sitting in this position, happy, healthy, and completely peaceful. Pray that these moments stay with you forever, forever. Once again, connect with the divinity in your heart. Like a blob of light, divine light at the center of your heart. The divinity saying, Tathastu, so be it, let it be, Amen, Amen. And now gently, take 2-3 deep breaths. Open and close your eyes, open and close your eyes. Rub your palms together and apply this energy all over you. Your face, your head, your hair, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your legs, and your back. And gently open your eyes and thank everybody else who are with us in this journey. And pray that their lives are also as peaceful as yours is right now. Before I proceed, Shwati, how much time do I have? Please unmute yourself, Shwati.
So it's 7:19, ma'am, now.
I have another 5 minutes. I just wanted to add in a little
yes,
bit.
ma'am. Yes.
And then I will leave it over for 1 or 2 questions, whoever wants to ask, right? Okay. Now, here, but how was, I would like to get the experience from all of you in a bit. I'll just finish off and then we can take the experiences. Now, when we felt today, what we felt was a beautiful experience in itself, I'm sure, because I experienced it. This is the reason why music has to be a part of your life, all through your life, because that's the next thing closest to your breath. Now, our great sages also found out that the Naada starts from the brain. It's called, there's a song, I just sing a few lines of that. Shobillo, Shobillo, Saptaswara, Shobillo, Saptaswara, Nabhikrita Kantha Rasana. So here he says, this is the music flows from the head, a thought is created, and that flows down directly from the brain the thought is generated and sent to the nabi, okay, or the navel region. And there, the noise, the sound, the nada is very rough. From there, it travels to the heart. Nabi, krit, it goes to the heart. Kantha is the throat. Rasana. So what happens here? The sound travels, the thought becomes sound, travels from the nabi up to the voice, and song comes out. And when that happens, the entire connect of all the chakras automatically happens. This is the reason why Nadopasakas, or people who are doing the upasana of music or learning music, they generate an aura around them. They also live long, healthy lives because all their chakras are vibrated automatically when they sing. This is how the Lord, in his own inimitable way, created such an easy way for man to connect with his own divinity and be happy always. On a parting note, I would like to say, the Gurutva within us, the Guru within us, we all find different gurus in this external world. One great such guru is Mama Neze, with whom we've been connected through this ancient school of wisdom. Here, she also took us through different journeys, everywhere through her spirituality. Similarly, different gurus we see at different points in our lives who connect us or try to connect us at every point with our divinity. So what happens when you learn music, or when you're learning any of the instruments, or anything to do with the Bijaksharas? It could be, there are so many Bijakshara mantras which are given by the gurus. Each and everything has its own sanctity. So when you're doing it, when you're taking it as part of your life, there's just one thing that you need to do, is give it a lot of respect and dignity. When you're sitting for your singing, when you're sitting to listen to some divine music, make yourself comfortable first. Make yourself sit straight, relax. Let the mind drift with the music. Bring the music in the world outside, connect with the music with the world outside, and connect with your music within you, thereby bringing peace and harmony, not only in this world outside. If you're singing nicely and there are 10 people listening to you, or your mother is doing something in the kitchen, your nada will give her that peace and harmony which she's not getting from this noise of this world. And the noise of the mind is not going to allow anybody to settle down into that silence which we all love. So somewhere down the line, connect with this music of yours and bring this harmony in and around. Thank you so much. God bless all of you. And I pray to God that everybody is happy, healthy, and peaceful. Thank you so much. Now, if you have any questions, I would like to also get the experiences that you felt today, all of that. Thank you so much. I hand it over to Shwati dear.
Thank you so much. That was really nice. I'm so glad you took us through the chakras along with the Bij mantras. So
Yes.
it was experiential. Thank you
Yes.
so much. And now we open it up for any questions, comments, suggestions. Anything? Would you like to say anything, anyone? Kindly unmute yourself. I think they're still in that state.
Yeah.
I'm Malti speaking.
Yes.
Chinmayi, I just
Yes,
wanted
Malti.
to tell you that personally for me, music uplifts me, you know.
Yes.
And when I listen to music which I love, I feel so calm and very a feeling of elevation, in the sense that I feel very happy, you see. So I think it's a great mood lifter also. And it gives me a lot of peace.
Wonderful.
So music has that effect on me.
Yeah, and that's what we saw the reasons today why.
Yes. It was lovely, your talk. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Other questions?
Yes. Anybody has any questions?
I have a question, Sajani.
Yes, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Namaste, Chinmayi. It was very nice.
Namaste.
It is very nice to hear you once again.
Thank you.
Like what Malti was mentioning, for me, music is a very important part of my life. It is inherently so, actually, because right from my childhood, I know that I would often find myself singing what I was taught in school, or what I heard on the gramophone records. Those days we didn't have much of radio and TV in the beginning, in the 70s.
It used to be only the All India Radio 1:30 to 2:30.
Yes. So I would find myself humming tunes, even if I wouldn't pay much attention actually to the words and the meanings. It was the music that really had its effect on me. And even now I'm at home, I'm quite often singing. Sometimes I sing, I make up songs about my, yes, about my little young one. He's 7 years old. And I make up songs that can bring me great joy when I sing about him. And even otherwise, I think I am kind of getting aware of the healing aspects of music and nature. Today, whatever you did, whatever you described was very powerful. It was an experience, and I believe if we regularly, go through these experiences, it will definitely make us a better person.
Yes.
And if it does that to us as relatively ignorant, unaware, let me just use the word not so aware grown-ups, I know it has a very powerful effect on children, especially certain children who are more sensitive to music.
Yes.
So in what way, the question is, one of the questions that comes up is, in what way can we reintroduce this sattvic or daivik music? Because I know music itself is a visual representation of emotions. It is not just about listening to some notes, but actually, like you mentioned, our 7 chakras, each one resonates with one type of emotion or color of the rainbow, for example.
Yes.
So how can we use this music to uplift our children, uplift our education standards, and also to heal people?
Yeah, see, 2 things here. Very importantly, music to be introduced starts from home. Okay, irrespective of schools, irrespective of anything. The moment, right, I always tell every pregnant lady, the moment I come to know a girl is pregnant, I tell them, please listen to a lot of music. Because music, when they listen by itself, the child becomes peaceful in the womb itself. Yes. And as the child comes out, automatically that peace is emanated, and then they continue with good music in the house. There's no disruption. Now, my experience has been, when you're saying introducing music as a learning thing, we have already done that. We have already started institutionalizing, in the sense we have exams and stuff, so that they get motivated to learn. The reason why they have to learn music is it helps them in their focus levels. Yes. I have most of my students, most of them who come to me to learn music. They've all learned for 10 years, 12 years, and so. And today, and they've always excelled in their studies, in their music, in whatever they do. Today, some of them are successful doctors and engineers. And I find, it's so beautiful because their Naada within them has helped them to focus better. So that's the reason why it needs to be introduced in schools in a big way, which does not mean that you introduce any music. Yes. The actual music of India needs to be introduced. I feel even the folk music of India is better than the, the kind of music that some of the people teach in schools. It's not on, because the same thing, the moment you connect with the classical aspect, the Shastriya Sangeet in India, be it Hindustani, be it Carnatic, even the Western classical per se.
Yes.
If that is introduced in schools, definitely children will be connected to the music which is there within them. This
Yes.
is one. The second question of yours was question of healing. Now, the healing happens every time you connect. If you connect with each of your chakras, what happens is automatically there is a cleaning of each chakra that happens when you connect with each of your chakras. Now, the Bija Aksharas are there. That is all different things, of course, to be done under the guidance of a teacher, never to be done on your own. I'm making it very clear to everybody. The Bijaksharas are not something that can be used in any which way. Today, I just took you through an experiential journey, but then you have to go to a proper teacher and learn and then do the sounds. So when you do those Bijaksharas on a daily basis, or when you sing the Saptaswaras on a daily basis, in whatever way, Saptaswaras also learn from a teacher, and you go and sing it every single day, I can write and give you on any piece of paper, you will be healthier, at least 50% more healthier than what you are today.
Yes.
Does that answer your question?
It certainly does.
Thank
And regarding your Bija Aksharas, it started with Lam.
Bijaksharas is a big topic by itself. And today I just gave you a little inkling of what it is. We can do another session on that.
Understood. But I have one question. You see,
Tell
I've
me.
already gone through the very same sequence that you have started with Lam. But when it comes to the last two, the Anahata and Sahasraram, this is a question I used to ask our teacher, our meditation guide also. He would say Om for both, you know. Like
Yes.
I know it is Yam for the heart chakra and Hum for the throat chakra, but for Anahata chakra and the Swadhisthana, sorry, the third eye
Anahata chakra is young.
young.
And that's what it has to be done. You see, each person, they have, see, that's what I'm saying, no? The methodology may change. So don't confuse yourself. Each thing is different. So take it as it is. If your meditation guide is giving you a particular way in which you go to do it, just follow that. Don't go to question anything. Because the more you question, you're only going to get confused and you don't reach anywhere.
Understood.
Yeah. Thank you so much. There's one question in the chat. It's from Kashmira Irani.
Yes,
what
Kashmira.
happens to
How are
us who just can't carry a single note? We croak. Listening is stirring and powerful.
Yeah, listening is perfect because at that time, even though you're not singing per se, you are connecting completely with that. So your heart and soul and mind is with that. So what does it matter whether your mouth is creating, whether your kantha is creating the sound is okay. And whatever sound you create when you're connecting with that, even if you think is croaking or even if another 4 people think you're croaking, it really doesn't matter. You're connecting with your divinity and your music within you, period. Yes, Kashmira, does it answer your question?
Unmute yourself, Kashmira.
Yeah, thank you.
So don't go to judge whether you're croaking or whether I'm not singing well. Don't get into the judgment mode at all. It's not needed. Even a person totally besura, if he cannot, according to XYZ, if I can't sing in tune and stuff like that, if I am listening to some beautiful music, and even if I'm croaking loudly, I am in that state of transcendence. I have already transcended. I am not even connecting with anything in this world outside. You're connecting with your music within you.
Thank you. There's one person who's repeated something. It said, this is an experience. Actually, I wanted to note down, but with the piece, I could not note down. This is by Pragati.
Yeah. What do you want to know? What did she want to note down?
I actually wanted to note down whatever, like the parts of healing yourself and those things, but actually it was the piece which you gave me in, I could not get out of that piece and start.
Wonderful. That's a beautiful experience, Pragati. God bless you. You can come when we are coming for class. She happens to be my student also. When you come for class, we can redo it at any time so that you can re-experience it all over again. and I'll answer all your questions there. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Fine. Yes.
Any more questions? Kindly unmute and ask your questions. No? Okay. I don't think there are any more questions. So with that, we have come to the end of our session. Thank you so much, Chinmayi. And I now request
The
Deepti
pleasure
to
for me
kindly-
always.
Yeah, I'm so glad. And I now request Deepti to kindly propose a vote of thanks. Over to you, Deepti.
We would, on behalf of the School of Ancient Wisdom, I would like to thank Chinmayi for her insightful session. All the best to you in your future endeavors. It's worth noting that even the gods advocated music as the way to peace. Like Shakespeare said, no? If music be the food of love, play on. And it's always love that we emphasize at the School of Ancient Wisdom. Manise spoke about, the power of unconditional love. She emphasized it over everything else. So, and yes, so thanks once again. And we look forward to your continued, connect with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deepti. And I'd like to tell everyone that every Thursday at 6:30, we have the Spiral of Wisdom Satsangs, which was started by Manise. We would have them at Museum Road at her house, and now we have them every Thursday. As you know, our satsangs are really good, so I would appreciate it if you could tell more people to join. We were about 20, a little over 20 today. So please tell people and join next Thursday at 6:30. Thank you so much. Goodbye. All the best.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the one. Spirituality in Modern Times and Conscious Living by Sanhita Barua. Next Thursday, we have this talk. Kindly join us. Thank you.